panels is a microinverter.
Cool.
Okay, and so it's ready and set up. I have a cutoff switch
Yep.
out there, but I just plug it in
Yep.
to the 208 inside, and it generates electricity. And there's a box in here that you plug in and sit next to the wire.
So you haven't had a campus safety person?
Are we going back in? Okay.
Yeah, I won't touch anything. So,
Get it out of your way.
yeah, no problem. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. It's fun to trip and drop everything over.
Anyway, I let this thing sit here. This
Really
box
try.
sits next to this table right here, and it picks up the signal coming off the microinverters.
Is that how yours works? Yeah.
And then this, I can hook up to my wireless unit, and it will send all the data back to Enphase for each one of those microinverters back there. And Enphase will keep track of how much each one of those microinverters power it produces per day and keeps it in a database. Okay, so see now it's starting to pick up. It's initialized, showing 0 watts, 0 kilowatt hours. Okay, and what it's going to do is it's going to go take those microinverters. They have to see power for like 5 minutes before they even turn on. When I set that thing up, I put a male plug on the end of those microinverters out there, and my code guy came in and said, "You can't do that." And I said, "Why not?" And he says, "Because it's live electricity." And I said, "No, it's not. It's got to see electricity before it'll ever put, power on those wires." And so when he looked at it, he agreed with me and said, "Okay, it's all right."
So UL 1741.
Okay. And right now it's producing electricity and putting it back into the system. Now, what I'm putting back into the school system in here is a pittance compared to what the campus puts out. But we use this to keep track of, or show them how to put some power back in. Now, when I first got to school, those panels had sat outside all summer, and they were soiled. Correct terminology. So we plugged it in while the terminals were soiled, okay, and got the power output off of it. Then we got out the scrub brushes and washed them off. Then we looked at the power output and we got a 15 to 20% increase in power just for the over here.
Real quick.
Yes.
So did the facilities need to take a look at this and bless it, or are you under the radar?
I'm under the radar. That's fine. Now,
I didn't hear that.
this right
He's
here,
under the radar.
they know about it. They haven't complained. Okay? But
it's correct to code, so they can check.
it's to code.
It's to code.
I
That's
hope
all.
so.
So this right here, they put in, this is what the school put in. It's a 3-phase, 3-wire system. So there's no neutral. They use the conduit as the neutral. Okay? And so I'm going, I have no 208 in this room. So I took and wired in this plug right here and took 2 phases off of it and set it up like it's supposed to be. Well, anyway, it was blessed by the electrician. And then we put the 208 volts on there, phase to phase, it's 208 volts, and we marked it, the only 208 phase in the entire. That's how I got away with it was by laser. And the electrician came with it, blessed it. But anyway, sometimes we do things. They were mentioning the trainers. I built all these from scratch. We got a quarter? Keep boards. And I built all these from scratch. I mean, I went out in those sheds out there and I just started pulling parts out. And I found enough parts to build all these.
Oops, I'm sorry. Not my fault.
This right here, control transformer that takes a 208 three-phase down to single-phase 120. And so all the wiring on my starters here is 120, but I have the 208 coming in the top, and then this is my input here that goes to everything, and then over here this is my output. So what I'll do during the motors, if I take some motors out, I'll hook up the three-phase here, drop it out this hole down here, and we'll hook it up to the motors. Now this particular motor is a diesel phase, 120 half start. I have single phase inductive start, and I have three-phase motors. So I can show the students how to wire the three different motors, how to make them reverse, go forward, do whatever they need to do. Head craft that's on top of the shelf is part of the hydraulic contactor for the three-phase to every position that's in here, and this key can turn it on and off. So if I don't want students messing with the power, I just turn it off, take the key out, and they can't do anything. But at the same time, I also put 1, 2, and there's a third emergency shut-off. Any student can hit it, it turns off all companies that use the old NEMA style because they are fixable. Okay?
So do you make sure students get on both of them?
Yes. Oh, absolutely. They got to work on both and wire both. I'm printer happy right now. I had a local company donate me some broken printers, and I fixed them and got them up and running. But
Where are
anyway.
your tags, Bill?
Huh?
You got a box of tags to go with your locks?
That's one of my networking racks. I have 5 other racks in there. I have a system where students can telnet in from their desk, or they can telnet in from their homes and go directly into the console port on all these routers and switches and configure live routers and switches from home or the desk. Okay, I've always been happy with that. My cheap computer lab